Hello everybody, yes, I am sitting here with my blanket because I'm freezing. Freezy. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. First of all, tell me what you think of that piece, man. I feel like I am a composer by now. Composer! Roonies! Unbelievable stuff. Anyways, let's get into the game here for a second. We have to talk about a few things. So, I did make a video, sword power versus elemental power. Yes, I did. And I do think that this is still the best way to approach it, because people said, well, you have to get the Lightning Katana, and you have to showcase that, and this and that. And, you know, just the big mass, you have to listen to this, the big mass is not necessarily going to get that sword, because first of all, it's hard to get, it takes a lot of resources, it's very expensive. So if you're in the end game, you can think about getting it. I'm going to talk about in this video if it's actually worth it or not. But if you're in the beginning, and if you're in the mid game, if you're like level 60 or 50, 70, somewhere along those lines, you're not necessarily going to, you know, yeah, be so happy grinding for that sword. I mean, it just solely costs 100k. It's not really cheap. I mean, you have to get 6 or 7 lightnings in there as well. Let's actually see what the crafting components were, because I actually forgot. So let's go in there. Yeah, whatevers. And here we have it. So you do need scrap metal, which is actually the easiest part of it all. The Grimshade Katana, which you can only get in the snow castle, and there's a very, very low chance of getting it too. It's like a 0 point something. Then we have lightning. You need what? You need 8 lightning thingy-me-bobs, and you need 100,000 gold, which is not going to come by easy when you're a beginner or in the mid, you know, mid-realm of the game. This is why I did not include these special swords into the video where it comes to, you know, power, sword power versus elemental power, because actually elements are easier to get and they are stronger. There is no debate on this. But let's talk about the actual, you know, the Lightning Katana. First of all, cool thing. Gotta be honest, I really enjoy it. Second of all, do I still think it's better than, you know, like elements? No, I don't. Do I think it's a nice way of using the katana to make quests and everything else? Yes, I do. I really enjoy that katana. I could push the damage so much more because I do have the elemental thingy-jimmies here as well. I made a video on how to get the elemental blade. And if we're gonna go here, so let me just show you this. When it comes to my inventory, you can see I have the elemental power fully skilled. So I don't have any sword power. So if I would have actually added sword power, I'm probably gonna get another 300 or 400 in damage or something maybe. But just like that, if you see me just slicing that here, that's 630 damage, which is basically not too bad. I don't know if I can actually crit on this. Let's see if it actually does crit. I'm not really sure, because sometimes you see the crit is just, I don't know, it's just oh, sorry. Oh, error in my stomach. Oh, 955 twice. So that's really good. And, yeah. So far so good, right? Sword is okay. But, again, if you try to down things, it's not so good. if we go into the plasma slash, which is by far, and I mean by far, the best out of the best when it comes to swords, yeah, it's really good. So let me show you how it works. You actually have a stop shot here as well. You can actually stop, and I mean, just judging by that, that's 1k damage without skilling sword. So that's really good. And you can do stop shots. You can stop in the air now finally with swords, which is really good. You could potentially do that as well, although I don't necessarily recommend that. But if you see, the damage is really good, and sometimes it actually hits them twice when they move because they're being pushed back, and then they're actually getting hit again. So that actually makes swords playable. Does it mean that it's in the meta? I don't think so, but it makes a lot of sense because I'm going to show you something that makes absolutely no sense to me. Go into the quests, look at the weeklies, look at what you can see here. Kill 5,500 enemies with a weapon. Are you kidding me? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's actually really. I don't know. It's just insane. 5,500 with a sword. But you can see that it looks awesome, and you can almost recast it. You can recast that thing like almost immediately, and it just looks so awesome. I did throw a reforge on it. You can check out my reforge. Let me go into the blacksmith. Whoa, that's a weird placed tree. If we go into the reforge, you can see I put, I don't even know, Ruthless on it, which gives you 20% knockback, 10% crit, 30% damage. Not necessarily the craziest thing in the world, but I took it for now. You can do better ones. I mean, yeah, that's possible. You can do better ones. Let me go and show you how that actually plays out in the snow castle, because now we kind of know that the skill points don't necessarily do too much of a thing, but you know, they will give you, as far as I believe, 1-for-1 point in there. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, but let me just show you. They should really change that rate because it feels really weak. So we're gonna do hardcore, which is obviously the hardest dungeon we have in Snow Castle. I don't think I can do Atlantis with it, but as of now, it looks better. It doesn't look as bad as we expected it to be. It doesn't look like it's actually playable. You can finish things with it. Like, you can actually finish dungeons with it, but they will take longer. But don't forget, the elemental blade is also leveling while I'm killing things, so I will get stronger with that as well. So let me just, you know, get some of the mobs in here so we can just like showcase this a little bit better. Do a few spinneroonies on the back, and yeah, let's do this. So that's 1,140, and I can almost recast that. You can see that they're actually, you know, sort of being taken care of. The range of that thing is actually really, really good, and I didn't expect it. Like, I can easily hit those guys over there. Look at that, boom. Like, this is pretty good, and I can actually bring them towards me just using that technique. So I can literally just swing it to the left, swing it to the right, and you just have to line them up. And you can see I'm doing damage. I'm doing damage. With swords. I'm doing damage with swords. This is good. This is good. Do I think that it now magically makes swords, you know, meta and crazy? No, I don't. But I think it's good. It's a good start, man. It's a good start. You can just like throw it in that route. You can just like do the usual old technique of just, you know, just farming them together, kiting them a little bit, and just throwing those plasma slashes out there. I really enjoy them, especially because you can just like do that. This is so good. That's a hit, man. That's a hit. That's another one, and he's down. And I should be able to take this guy out. Look at this. This was one hit as well. Where's the other one? Have I missed it? Yeah, I did. Okay, whatever. Maybe didn't hit it properly, but there you go. And it makes sense. But you can see the timer is a little bit, you know, it's going to take some time. If you actually level that thing up to maximum mastery, this is actually viable, this is actually playable, and you can actually one-shot things, I'm pretty sure, because mastery is everything in this game. Mastery is just so important. I don't even have it on 150, I don't even have it on 100, and it's already killing things. It might actually do things in Atlantis. I don't know, I can't tell you right now because I'm not there yet, but I do have positive hopes, and I do this, let me show you. The only thing that I really put in, if you go into the inventory, is a Sapphire Pendant and a RIP ring. So they're just pushing, you know, sword damage. That's why, you know, I'm doing a little bit more damage than I have with my, you know, with my other, oh, that was weird, with my elemental stuff going on. So I have a little bit of it. It's a little bit of a hybrid build. It's the only viable hybrid build probably that you can do to make swords actually work. I mean, yeah, you can do something with Midas. I think Midas with this would be pretty insane, To be honest, I think Midas might actually be really strong with this. Oh wait, there you go. Like I don't even have any elemental stuff. I mean, it is kind of elemental if you want to see it that way, but it's not. So I'm not gonna try to sell this as elemental either, because the cooldown is really good on this thing. Because you can see, you could just almost recast. You just have to line them up like that, and boom, done. Now, there's one downside to this. I gotta tell you, the boss killing is a hustle. It's really not fun, and it's gonna take some time as well. You can see the damage isn't too good yet. Like I said, I haven't mastered it. I also like the spectrum where it actually hits, so I think that's really nice as well. But you can see, yeah, the damage is just a little bit, just, I don't know, sad, I guess. There's nothing crazy here to be seen. Trying to, just hit him once with this and that. Try to run around here, do a few hit-a-roonies around that as well. Because the thing is, this boss doesn't take any knockback. This is why, we're not necessarily going to be too impressed with the boss killing, abilities of this sword. I rather actually switch for boss killing back to elemental and do the damage otherwise. But you can see, just the range makes this fun. I mean, it's a fun thing to actually play with. So like I said, you have multiple possibilities to take them out. You line them up, boom, 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 and look at this. They're actually already starting to go down like that. So that's really, really good. It's really, really good. So sword players should be in for a treat. Sadly, hard to get. It is end game, sort of mid to end game. Quite hard to get, and in the end you have to also level it up, so you need some gear, bro. You need some official gear. You need good gear on this, otherwise I don't know where it's gonna take you, But it's oh, look at that. That was clean. That was super clean. You can't tell me that wasn't clean. Like that actually was legitimate. That was actually legitimate legendary. Now I have to really check, because even though leveling that with mastery, I haven't seen it really scale. 144 with damage, because usually I always thought that, somebody actually asked me if it's actually true. I don't know. I always thought that mastery actually would level, put up the damage that would come out of it, but it might have been just me, just leveling up. So yeah, but that's basically it. I'm quite impressed with it. I'm quite impressed. I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world, and it's not like I'm gonna go bro, this is insane. Look at this. The damage, as a boss killing, I could just, just do this, and I would even do more damage than that, just using just one skill. But I like to keep that just for, interesting, let's say, quests, kill things with swords. If you have something on the distance, this will pair very well with Reaper, and I can tell you why. Because Reaper doesn't have anything that's for the distance. So if you actually have mobs that are quite far back in the distance, that you want to use with, even with the skeletons, you can just roll out your skeletons and just, do that. And just work with your skeletons. I think the Reaper combination with the Katana is more than interesting, I would say. But you can see damage is not necessarily the best, but it is a good sword. It's a good sword, hard to get. Now, the big question of it all, is it worth it? Is it worth it? So, who are you as a person? Let's dive deep into the psychology. Who are you as a person? Do you really just want to play with swords? You are a master of the samurai. You are the biggest fan of swords. Yes, then it's worth it. Now, if you want to be efficient, time efficient, level up fast, make much cash, not have a difficult path ahead of you, it should not be your main concern to get that sword. Now, if you're somebody like me that actually uses this as a way of having a hybrid thing going on between sword and elements, now that is a different question, and I think for every endgame player right now, it is worth it. It actually is worth it. So, just for the sole sword play, I don't think so. If you completely are against, anything elemental, then, well, I guess no. But if you connect these two, if you connect the dots, man, it makes sense. It makes sense, and it's a lot of fun. You can finish quests better with it, So, yeah, it is worth it if you play it hybrid like I do, I think. Anyways, that's my video for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.